so awkward. How's it going? This is the Idiots of the Round Table, your favorite movie review. What do we call it? Like a podcast show? I don't know.
YouTube vidcast.
Extravaganza.
Facebook, Twitter. I don't know. It's everything. We're taking over now. The views are going up.
Yeah.
We're getting lots of comments.
We're the next Disney for sure. That's what we are. We know you listen to us while you like take a shit. It's okay. We know our place in the world.
Yeah, we understand. Yeah. we had a comment recently about the Coco. Remember we watched the Coco trailer?
Yeah, that's right.
Some guy said it's not for two old fat guys, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
we take your critiques and we understand.
We love it. You know what? We're doing non-spoiler first.
You bet we are.
Daddy's Home 2. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the sponsors who allow us to eat our body weight in pizza.
I mean, we could be the two fat guys without some beer and some pizza, am I right? So we have Ollie's Pizza out here in Fort Saskatchewan. The best pizza. Oh. Make sure you check this place out, especially because this could be their last month. So go out there.
I'm hoping that it's going to be,
hopefully. But I mean, go get that meat lover. And I keep on saying it. It is amazing. I have eaten a lot of pizza in my life, and this is the best place to go to. So make sure if you're anywhere in the Edmonton area, go over there to Ollie's.
I think what we should do next week, just to kind of show the pizza and then put it on some kind of scale. Because I'm assuming it's got to be at least 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
10 pounds! Now, a lot of people are 10 pounds, that's not much. A pizza being 10 pounds? That is ridiculous. Like the meat, I know when I eat it, my dog's right beside me because the meat falls and it's just crumbling and you just, oh my, yeah.
You get those pizzas are like thin crust. There's like, there's a little bit of meat on there. No. Like you're going to eat that one piece and you're like, that was a lot of food.
Yeah. Or if you're like us, you eat that piece and then several others.
We're degenerates, so it's okay. We have no respect for our bodies. So, with that as well, there's our other sponsor, the Canadian Brew House. Fantastic place to go to if you're after any beers or appetizers or burgers. Or they have, of course, all the other great food as well. Oh, yeah. But, they're all over the place. Of course, we've got to recommend the one here in Fort Saskatchewan. TVs everywhere. So it doesn't matter where you see. Sometimes you're in some places, you're like, where's the TV over there? No, that won't be a problem. You're going to see like 3, no matter what you do, there'll be like 3 TVs in front of you.
Yeah, and if there's usually any kind of sporting event, I know they've got all the sporting event, you can watch the Oilers Ultimate League.
They won. They won the last game. Go to the cup.
I don't understand. Like, I know... I'm surprised. I'm shocked people aren't writing me hate mail as in regards to this. And I know that we have some upcoming plans that we might be getting Oilers involved with. They're not going to be impressed. But maybe that's what's going to cause that friction. Because I've already decided when I interview Connor McDavid, I'm wearing my Montreal jersey because I just want to see him go, what the hell are you doing? Like, that's it. Even if he were to go, what? We live in Edmonton. Yeah. And you know what? They're the team, whatever. But I'm a Habs fan, and please, you can write any comment you want, whatever. My team's not making the Stanley Cup. They're not making the playoffs. They might not even make it out of the league this year. But Edmonton, man, they're reminding me of Toronto Maple Leaf fans, where it's like every year we won the cup, and then reality hits about 60 games in, and it's like, you're not making the playoffs. It's like, oh.
We come close now. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Daddy's Home 2. Let's talk about what did you like about, non-spoiler, Daddy's Home 2?
The one actress.
We'll just call her Side Boob. Is that what we're going to call her? I don't know what the actress's name was, what her character's name is, but...
Alessandra or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I understand it's Hollywood. And Hollywood has gorgeous men and gorgeous women. But there's just sometimes you see somebody on screen and you're like, holy shit. Like, are you kidding me? And it's just, as soon as I saw that woman, I was just like, I remember looking at you just kind of going, and then they showed the shower scene and I was just like, oh please.
Oh God.
Oh please.
There's no shower.
Plié.
Okay, no, actually, there is a shower scene.
Yes.
So, okay,
That's what
you
I
are
was hoping
technically
for.
correct.
Yes. You know what? I've always liked, besides what he says and what he does, Mel Gibson. The guy can act. And, you know, to see him in a comedy role, because he hasn't really done too many comedy roles, it was pretty funny. Like, he's that hard-nosed dad that...
and undermining. Oh, I love it.
You know?
My dark soul just...
That's you. That's you.
That's going to be me.
Just going and slapping your kid later. You know what? My dad, as much as I love him, I know that there was times when, you know, I could see similarities, but my dad and me are like we're great, you know. And it's I don't know. I think it's that thing when you're a teenager. When you're a teenager, your parents know nothing, and then when you get older, you're amazed at how much they know. And I don't know, I saw that with the thing where the dad's trying to help, but he's trying to help in that old generation-y way where it's, you know, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man.
Yeah.
And if anything, I know I heard that from my dad. You're a man, you're a man, you're a man. And if you try and do that today, you'll probably be sent to prison for abusing your child because you can't say that. You're a gender-neutral person. You're a gender-neutral person. I don't know. But Mel Gibson was great. Of course, Mark Wahlberg. He's funny, but he's that straight.
He's
funny.
a straight man.
Straight, yeah.
For Will Ferrell to do his thing.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell's funny, of course, and then John Lithgow. When you see him, you just think of the over-the-top crazy, and then you've got Will Ferrell with him, and they kissed on the lips. You know, I don't think...
That is non-spoiler, but...
I'm trying to think in my entire life, kissing men on the lips. I'm going to say... one, and I'm thinking that was, maybe it was him, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, that was back in college. There was a lot of tequila. That's why I swear it off now.
There was no tequila. But do you know what I mean? Like, my dad kissed me on the lips, I'd kind of be a little, it would freak me out a little bit, to be completely honest.
You figure like that's going to come to like that'll be the book you write later, right? Like The Shower in the Cellar by Curtis Dominique.
It was a long walk down those narrow stairs. I got the book right now. None of this has happened, but the story was funny. There were some parts made you laugh, made you really kind of chuckle. Some parts didn't hit the mark. Some parts were blah. And the ending for me, unlike him, the ending for me I found too Christmas corny. It was just super Christmas.
This is non-spoilers, but you'll have to watch what we say about it. But
well, I'm just saying, I'm not going to give away anything.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it was a solid performance by everybody. The storyline was okay. It might have been a little bit better than the first movie. You know, just because they bring the two granddads in. And now they're bringing somebody else in. And you're just like, okay, there's going to be a number 3.
do you think there'll be a third?
I'm thinking there's going to be a third. If there is, you know who's going to be in. And you're just like...
It seems like that was a bit. You know, I mean, again, this is non-spoilers. But, I mean, the person they bring in, I can't really feel they'd be back for more.
Well, the guy's retired now, so of course he would do this. Anybody gets paid a lot of money, and all you need to do is just be yourself and be nice. Wait till you come to the spoilers. We're going to tell you who comes at the end. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like some Latino, like super hot, like, you know, and just, hello, my lover, or something. But no, it turns out it's somebody even better, and you're like, way to go. But, yeah.
Sure.
What did you like about it?
So with this one here, I mean, I kept on having to compare it to other movies. Of course, this is kind of like a mix of Meet the Fockers and, say, like Christmas Vacation. And so it's kind of like those type of two things put together where you do get that comedy of like, okay, you know these characters, now let's bring their fathers in. And you get all that father-son, you know, family drama, comedy type thing. And at the same time, they kind of got their whole Christmas Vacation thing going. And it's The comedy, at times it was really funny, and I thought it was hilarious, and I'd laugh out loud. And then there's other times where it's just like either a comedy style that was just kind of like, seemed out of place, and then times where there's kind of like just, some character development that was kind of just more boring than insightful, and kind of went. And then I love the ending. So to me, like the ending, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not enjoying it, I might leave. Please stay to the ending, because to me, that was actually my favorite part of the whole thing. But, but I mean, I would really say that Will Ferrell, he kind of helped save this, where there's some parts I'd say there was kind of, lacking. Pretty much whenever I saw Will Ferrell on the screen, that's like, okay, this is what this was for, not the kids doing this thing or the other adults doing this. I want to see Will Ferrell do his thing. So, yeah, this is non-spoilers. We'll say more in the spoiler version. Yeah.
All right, so then I will ask you, what didn't you like about this movie?
Sure, and I guess I already hinted at some of those things.
He knows it already. It's like,
yeah. And I mean, just to kind of maybe stress them a little bit more, it's just that some of that comedy where they kind of go for like the awkward Will Ferrell comedy. I love that. The dark stuff that Mel Gibson brings to this, love that. And then they just kind of like throw in some weird like slapstick weird stuff, and it just doesn't really fit in the place. And then, of course, there's so many pieces to this little family drama that when they try and focusing on the parts that just really aren't interesting, you just kind of sit there and you're kind of bored in your seat waiting for it to get back to one of the good parts of the movie.
That's actually a great comment.
What would you say?
You know what? I'm not a dad. Well, I have got a puppy, but I'm not a dad. He's a dad. He's got children. And there's one part where the little girl keeps turning up a thermostat. And there's no discipline. Is discipline a thing anymore, or is that basically?
Oh yeah.
Is it? So
you gotta hide it more, right? You can't let anybody know.
So phone books.
Well, it's just a bag of oranges so that there's no bruises, right? You make sure it's on like where the shirt covers, so you gotta be more careful about it. Not the face, never the face. Maybe like the upper thigh. That's always covered by pants, right? You wouldn't see that there. So
No, but when the girl had complete disrespect for everybody. Could care less, and they were turning in. Again, this is one little spoiler, but it's not crazy. She turns up the thermometer, and then they go turn it down, and she's basically like, "Well, f you, I'm turning it up," and that's it. Grandpa's there. Grandpa would say, "Hey, you do that again," like. See, this is maybe where we're older generation. If I did something and I was told not to do that, and I did it again. There's repercussions. Yeah, there's going to be immediate repercussions. And then you know what? You didn't do it a third time.
No.
You were just like...
I mean, your hand was broken, so you couldn't.
What? That's right. We'll put some Robitussin on it tomorrow and I'll be good. Tonight, you're sleeping on that.
Please, with the lack of blood, I'm getting so cold. Okay, proceed.
Okay, proceed. I'm just saying... That, I don't know, with your children, I know that they're very well behaved, but if they do something, and then he's like, I can't tell you on camera, but...
My kids recently had a knife fight in the kitchen, so they're not the star children, but there's a lot of that stuff, right? So somebody watching it as a father, and all that kind of like father comedy, which is really what this movie is all about, I really did enjoy that, and I really did find that a lot of fun, and even though some of the parts I think you're getting at as a thermostat might really not apply to you, are you saying then for the negative, like this just didn't really do anything for you?
Because I don't know, to me it was, I don't know if there's no discipline in the world anymore, or if everybody's afraid to do something, but that's where you kind of go, hey, what are you doing? Don't touch that shit again. Like, and if you do, there's going to be repercussions. You don't beat the shit out of anybody, but it's because this little chick didn't give a shit. She just, as soon as they left, she went and turned it back up, and then they changed it, and then as soon as they did, it's like basically F you. Well, I don't know. Like, again, we're both in that generation. We did it once, and you didn't. Like, that's it. I don't know. So that's the part where I was kind of like, Grandpa Kurt, Mel Gibson, I thought would have stepped up and been like, hey, like just yell, like, yeah, like, hey, but then that's where you see Grandpa Kurt actually trying to help his son become a better, so it was like, that's a learning moment. It's a whatever. Where I think Grandpa Kerr would have just been like, "Hey, cut that shit." Like that's the guy that would have been like, "Cut that shit out." Mm-hmm. I don't know, and I'm sure that they don't want to go down that road too much because that's a slippery slope. But I don't know. The teaching moments aren't there. Like there are some, but there's not a lot of teaching moments. It's just basically two co-dads trying to do a thing, then a third co-dad shows up. And,
there's a few times to do it. Again, no spoilers here, but there were some times where they're trying to do, this is now the moral of the story, here's what we're trying to get across. But again, it's a comedy, so it'd be just quick, back to the fun, right? Yeah. So, and again, we can talk more about it in the spoiler version.
Yeah, agreed. Other than that, the ending for me was horrible. Just, it seemed like you were in like a Las Vegas show dance. That was choreographed and singing a Christmas song that I don't know.
After this, we had to go and play it like on a computer or something. It'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard that 1,000 times.
I listened to it 3 times and I'm like, I don't know this song. Like if they were to play,
I guarantee you've heard this at least 50 times.
I heard it 3 times.
So anyway, I think, is there anything else you want to say with it, or are we at ratings now?
We can do ratings now, but is that pretty much it? Did we encompass everything without...
I think non-spoiler, that's all we can really say. I mean, this is what you'd expect from the level of like, kind of like a Meet the Fockers and a Christmas Vacation type thing. And if you went and smush them together, this is the movie you're going to have.
But not as good as Meet the Fockers or Christmas Vacation. So I understand your analogy of smushing them together. Smushing them together and getting the kind of lower end that drops off, that's this. No disrespect to anybody. That's this. Because Meet the Fockers is on a level that's pretty funny and pretty good. And Christmas Vacation goes down as one of the legendary movies of all times. Like, so, Christmas movies. Here's a question for you.
Sure.
What's the best Christmas movie ever made?
Well, you're going to say Die Hard.
Yeah! There it is! Yep. See, most men should know that. And if you didn't know that...
Shame.
Pull your panties up and...
Shame.
Shame. Yeah, because Die Hard, man, if you say anything else, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or anything like that, you give us your address and we're going to come down there and straighten you out. Actually, we shouldn't do that. We might get a lot of addresses.
I mean, hopefully you have that shower in the cellar and then we can relive your past, but...
It was actually just a hose hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right, so ratings. What would you give this movie?
I would give it a solid... I'm torn between a 6 and a 7.
Ooh, that's higher than I thought you were going to give it, especially with you not liking the ending.
The ending wasn't good, but this movie did make me laugh. There was funny parts. It was good. It's different. It's an actual comedy that's a comedy. It's not a shitty comedy where nobody laughs and the movies are either the jokes are either too intellectual where most people have to sit there and think for 2 seconds. And then you're like, oh, quantum theory. I guess I was winning. I don't know. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a 6 or a 7.
6 or 7 whats?
I
like how you started this program and now you never want to do it.
I'll say 6. Mel Gibson's raptor-like piercing blue eyes.
Sure.
I don't know.
I guess it's a quick... I guess there's some things in the trailers that don't actually end up in the movies. We have Suicide Squad all over again. But... and...
I'd point it out right away. I got these clips sent to me and I'm like, hey! And it's like, oh.
For myself, actually, going through the movie, I was actually closer to a 4. And I was like... There's the odd times I'm laughing out loud, and then there's just the periods of nothing in between where it's like, come on, let's get back to something good again. And then I just really liked that ending. I found the ending funny and touching, and I really liked that ending. So that's going to make it, so I'm going to give this 6 Fockers out of 10. I feel that's, it's good to watch. See it with the family. Probably don't see it.
Maybe not the family. Yeah, you know what? Older kids, yeah. Younger kids, maybe not. What do you think?
I mean, I took my kids to Chappie, so I'm taking my kids to radar movies or having knife fights in the kitchen. Our family, like the movie should be about our family.
Well, you know somebody has a digital media company.
Hey!
Maybe we'll make Meet the Sins.
So the Kickstarter's down here. Click on the link. let's make this happen.
Yeah.
Before my kids die. So, I mean, you want that on camera, right? Like, that's going to be a big final ending. Don't want to miss that. My littlest child has had dog poop in its mouth twice. Worst parents ever. So, anyway, we want to thank you for watching this. Please don't report me to the police. Please, I mean, I think we both are saying see this movie and then come back and check out our spoiler version as we can actually start getting to some of the real details of the certain scenes that we liked, didn't like, and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
Alright. Your mind's just blown between all
Oh yeah.
things I throw at you.
I knew you were a horrible parent. I just didn't realize it was knife
That
fighting
bad?
horrible. Yeah.
That bad? It's that bad.
My daughter stabbed my son. What? Wait. Yeah. She's cutting cheese. He came, took a piece. She just stabbed him right in the shoulder. It's like, I think you need to have some control.
My dad did stab my best friend with a fork. You know, like, that's the type of family I'm from, right? That's just what you do in normal families.
Mine and your families must be really good because my grandpa once, I can't tell the entire story, but we'll just say he went to a restaurant.
Okay.
Somebody cooked the steak wrong and he pulled the knife and went back to the chef.
What?
Like, he didn't mess around with Grandpa. Yeah, he had a big wooden stick that said like equalizer or something like that. And he was the guy in the neighborhood that would solve problems.
All right, well, there you go. So there's a Kickstarter for starting that movie if you want to see that one.
Oh my god! I told you a story on the way. Anyway, okay. All right,
See ya.
you gotta go. See ya.